myself a birthday cake. When I say I'm not a baker, I really mean it with my whole entire heart. I can't cook, I can't bake. I'm a real catch, honestly. But if there's one thing I'm good at, it's giving everything a red hot go. And I'm gonna try my best to bake an impressive cake. I have low hopes. My standards are on the floor. So just make sure that your standards are also on the floor. Thank you so much. Let's preheat the oven. To what? Not sure. 160. I also am being ridiculously stupid and wearing a white shirt while doing this. I just didn't think when I got dressed this morning, but I don't care enough to change it. So my fingers are crossed. I'm gonna make 2. Do I do it in the same bowl? Off to an awful start already. Let's just do one at a time because I don't know if it'll all fit in one bowl. This is the biggest bowl I have. So I turned 25 back in July, which feels like a big, huge, scary number, if you ask me. So I thought it'd be fun to do a video where I bake myself a birthday cake, just chat and talk through some of the lessons I've learned over the past 25 years. I'm not by any means saying that I am the wisest person ever and I know everything at 25. I already know that I'm gonna look back at this video when I'm 30, 35, 40 and like laugh at how much I thought I knew now. But I feel like there are definitely things that I wish my 20-year-old self knew. And if I could go back and tell her them, these are the things I would tell her. Is this butter even soft enough yet? Oh. Gosh, feels like 60 grams if you ask me. Medium speed for 2 minutes. I can do that. Oh my god, why is that so fast? I feel like it has lumps of butter in it. Is that because my butter is not soft enough? Maybe. But like, do I care enough to like, I don't know what, keep mixing it? That's bad. Oh well. Let's just go with it. I should definitely have an apron on for this. And my hair up and not in a white shirt. But will I be changing anything? No, I'm pretty stoked at that. Number 1 out of 25 things I learned at 25 is that you never regret an ocean swim, you only regret the swims you didn't have. And I feel there's even more to my soul now that I've moved to the Gold Coast. Sometimes I really have to drag myself to get to the beach because like I know it'll make me feel better and you'll never regret it, da da da. And every time I go for a swim, it shocks me that I have to drag myself to get there because I feel so incredibly good afterwards. And I know that not everyone loves the beach and I'm a water sign, I'm a Cancer through and through, I'm a water baby to my core, so I literally don't feel happier anywhere else than in the ocean. But this is a reminder to myself and to anyone else who wants to hear it, you only regret the swims you didn't have, I promise. Also, this list of things is not in any order of importance or seriousness, and take everything I say with a grain of salt because as you can see in this video so far, I'm not the brightest soul around. Number 2 is never go to bed without telling your dog you love them. This kind of feels the same as never go to bed angry, like at your partner. I physically cannot sleep if I haven't told Winston that I love him. And I'm convinced that they know what we mean when we say that. So every night when I tuck him into his crate, I tell him I love him and he knows it, I know it, and we both have a great peaceful sleep. We're ready for another mix. Cakes are going in the oven, I'm nervous. Okay, we had a brief intermission. I did my dishes, I cleaned up the mess that I had already started to make, and we've changed into pajama pants because I didn't want to be in jeans anymore. And how cute are these? They're McDonald's pink flannelette pajama pants. Yep. Another thing that I learned at 25 is getting your car serviced when it's due is annoying, but so is breaking down. I, to be fair, have not had that many breakdown situations, but the ones that I have been completely my fault because I delayed getting my car serviced. So if your car is due for a service right now, you know what you need to do. Number 4 is enjoy each stage of your life and stop rushing. I feel like almost everyone is guilty of this, at least in their early 20s, especially early teen years as well. Like I remember being 13 and like I couldn't wait to be 16, and then once I was 16 I couldn't wait to be 18, and then once I was 18 I kind of just wanted to stay at 18 for the rest of my life, and now I'm 25, so that one didn't end up working in my favor. At least I feel like I have spent so much of my life rushing to get to the next step. Even now sometimes I find myself rushing that I need to be achieving my next big milestone in life, and it bothers me because we literally have so much time. Like life is so short but equally so long, and I hate that I just put this pressure on myself that I need to constantly be moving forward and rushing to the next thing. I hate rushing. I don't want to rush anymore. So I'm gonna stop. That was my little pep talk to myself. I'm gonna make the icing. I'm scared to do this, to be honest. I kind of just wrote down dot points for this video and I kind of like forgot what half of them were. Number 5, all I've written is haters gonna hate. And then in brackets, you can't be everyone's cup of tea or the juiciest peach, because there's this quote that says you can be the juiciest peach on the tree or like in the world, and there's always going to be someone who doesn't like peaches. And like, it sounds so cheesy and ridiculous, but like, it's so accurate. I feel like I've spent so much of my life trying so hard to be everything that I can to everyone around me. Like, if someone used to critique me, I would just make it my life's mission to fix the thing that they were critiquing. And that's especially hard when your life is online, because there's no way that I could actually fix everything that everyone is giving me hate for. And it honestly just got so exhausting that I just gave up because I couldn't do it anymore. And then I realized I could try my absolute hardest, make it my life's mission to be the juiciest peach. There's gonna be someone who doesn't like peaches, or they're allergic to peaches, and there's no way that you can be able to please them. And it makes life just so much easier, to be honest. Wow, that is so satisfying to do. Oh my gosh. I love cutting up this slab of butter. This is so fun. Whoa, that's so satisfying. Like, that's just a fat slab of butter, isn't it? Number 6 is think about getting a tattoo for more than 10 minutes before getting it. I did unfortunately learn that the hard way, and every tattoo that I have thought about for more than 10 minutes, I'm obsessed with. So it's not don't get tattoos, it's think about it for a while and go to a well-researched tattoo parlor. You live and you learn. 500 grams of butter. I'm gonna put on a YouTube video and beat this for 5 to 10 minutes. Surely I can't mess this up. Things have not gone to plan. I would just like to preface, I actually didn't do anything wrong. I think my oven either like shouldn't have been the temperature that the box said, or my oven is just fucked because it like low-key burnt the top of the cake. I tested it with my knife to check that it was cooked. It looked cooked. Brought it out, cooled it down, took it out of the pan. The whole center of both of the cakes gooey, like running gooey. So I just walked to Coles, and this is our replacement. You can't say I didn't try, but I refuse to not have a cake. I refuse. So we've got the Coles rainbow cake. I've actually never had this before. It's very gay pride of me. She's beautiful. I have a big fat bowl of icing that I prepared earlier. And as I mentioned, I'm not an experienced baker, but I did buy this piping bag kit from Woolies, and it has 3 different piping things, and I'm gonna try and decorate this. I need to figure out how to get this cake onto my plate. Like, should I just, yeah, send it? That's exactly what I was thinking. Gorgeous. I do not trust myself. I need to call Rachel. Like, cut it here.
You can even cut it right at the top because it's just gonna like sit in the, yeah. Okay. You got this.
I'll keep you updated, thank you. What a bloody legend. Rachel has baked me so many cakes in our almost like 15 years of friendship. So like, of course I've called her like 10 times today. The one time I'm trying to bake myself a cake. Good boy. Can I have a kiss? Thank you. Got the piping bag ready. I'm nervous. But who even cares if it's ugly? Do you know what I mean? Cut the expectations. I'm gonna do some around the bottom edge, and then we'll tackle the top after. Kind of therapeutic, to be honest. Number 7 of things I learnt before 25 is if you're thinking of buying a vibrator, buy 2. I held off buying my first vibrator for way too long, and it was just so unnecessary. The shame and the guilt I had around it, so uncalled for. Oh, these are looking worse and worse as I continue on. And my life is just significantly improved since I've owned them. So do with that what you will. Number 8 is good things happen when you get outside of your comfort zone. This is one of those things that I'm always reminded of when I'm in situations where I'm outside of my comfort zone. But before those situations, I'm always so scared. Like, I don't think I'll ever be at a point where I am not scared to get out of my comfort zone, but I've never regretted it. And that's like a nice reminder to have, you know? They started out really small and then got really big, but that was kind of fun. I enjoyed that. I'm gonna do the same around the top. This looks so bad. I don't even care enough. Number 9 is when you start your day with a hard thing, it makes you feel like you can do more hard things. This has been a recent discovery of mine. It's not groundbreaking stuff, but I've started having cold showers or cold swims in the ocean in the morning. And I feel like when you start your day with a hard thing, everything else in your day that you would normally find hard actually feels quite easy. I am pushing icing out the wrong way. Okay, there we go. How do I stop that? Twist? Yeah, I'm a professional, don't worry guys. But also on some days, getting out of bed, making your bed, brushing your teeth, like those are the hard things. But sometimes going for an ocean swim or getting your workout first time of the day, it just makes you feel like kind of invincible. And I love it. Okay, well that looks like a 3-year-old did it, but we move. Number 10 is make sure to make time to do things by yourself that you enjoy. This one I feel like is especially for my single gals, especially if you live alone, which is me. I am talking to myself. I get really easily caught up This video has made me realize I can't multitask. I tend to get really caught up doing the everyday mundane things of life alone, and then telling myself that because I do them alone, I don't need to like take myself out on solo dates and like do fun things in my own company. But recently I've been really getting back into my solo dates, and I'm just reminded every time of how good they are and how like connected I feel to myself. And I am mad that I find it so hard to get there, but it's always worth it. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. Number 11 is stop questioning whether you deserve something and just say yes. I didn't realize that this was something I did. And like, you know, when you hear people talk about like limiting beliefs, I don't know if this is one of those things, but when I would be presented with a really cool opportunity, my first instinct would be, I don't deserve it, I shouldn't do it. Or other people think I don't deserve it, so I shouldn't do it. Which is honestly such a sad way to think about it. I've started saying yes more and believing that I deserve every opportunity I get, and I wouldn't be getting the opportunity if I shouldn't be taking it. And I wish my 20-year-old self knew that. We're on to the next color, boys. Number 12 is the people you surround yourself actually have a huge impact on you. And when people say you are the reflection of the 5 people around you, they're not kidding. This is actually really, really enjoyable. I don't think I've ever necessarily been surrounded by really bad people who have had a negative impact on me, but I feel like I didn't realize how true that saying was until I had literally the best people around me in my entire life. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful, and I am a better person because of the people that I have in my life. Like, the people I surround myself with rub off on me, and I want them to. Does that make sense? Number 13 is Taylor Swift will always be superior, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Number 14 is some people make up their opinion of you just by looking at you. Learn to be okay with it. This kind of goes along with the you could be the juiciest peach in the world and there are going to be people who don't like peaches point. Some people just look at you, make up their opinion, decide who you are in their head, and there's literally nothing you can do to change it, and you are wasting your energy if you even try. And that's okay, because honestly you don't want to be around them anyway. Number 15 is there's no age range for finding your people. I'm so excited to meet more people going into my late 20s. I think it's just so nice and comforting to know that no matter what age you're at, you're always going to be meeting new friends for the rest of your life, and I'm so excited. Number 16 says life is short as fuck, and no matter how fast you think it's going, make sure you're enjoying all the little things along the way. That one just speaks for itself, honestly. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Number 17 is spend more time naked. Get comfortable with yourself and gain more confidence. I stand by this 110%. I was that kid and teenager who covered up like every inch of my body that I could at all times. And then a few years ago, I had my friends Soph and Riley convince me to try and sleep naked because they loved it. They said it would change my life. I hate to say it, they were correct. To be fair, this could just be me and it might not apply to everyone. I feel like if the only times you're spending naked are when you're like about to hop in the shower or fresh out of the shower, I feel like it just leaves like a tiny bit of time where you're just staring at your body critiquing it. But I found that the more time I spend naked and the more comfortable I get with it, the more comfortable I feel in my own skin, the less I'm just standing in my mirror critiquing it, because it's not like jarring to see my body like that, if that makes sense. Like, it's not rare for me to catch my naked body in the mirror, so it's rare for me to actually like stop, look and critique it. I have no idea if that makes sense. Also, if you haven't tried sleeping naked, would highly recommend giving it a go. But I personally have become so much more confident in my own skin the more time I spend naked. Like, I am the naked crazy neighbor, and I have no shame about it. Number 18 is your relationship with yourself will be the longest that you ever have, so make sure that you're looking after it. It's so sweet and special that people are going to come and go in our lives forever. Don't look at the food coloring on my thumb. And as cheesy as it sounds, we're always going to have ourselves. So I'm like, why am I spending so much time caring about what everyone around me thinks, and I'm not focusing on what I think? Number 19 is definitely something that I am still trying to remind myself of every day, but it is okay to have different opinions. Mind blowing. I know. Number 20 is ending your night by watching a comfort movie is always a good idea. I feel like I'm always stressed trying to pick a show to watch all the time, and recently I've just been rewatching all of my comfort movies, and it's literally just the best thing ever. So I would highly recommend. Number 21 is keep a journal. 56-year-old you will love to hear from 25-year-old you, or start a YouTube channel. I already love reading my old journal entries, and so I can't even begin to imagine how it's gonna feel reading my journal entries from now in 20 years time. Like, I'm so excited. I must have been in a brutal mood when I wrote number 22, because it says you can't find your happiness in other people because they're bound to disappoint you. But that's why your relationship with yourself is so important, because everyone is human and are bound to disappoint, upset, let you down at some point in your life. So make sure your happiness is found in yourself, you know? Number 23 says being vulnerable will open you up to deeper conversations / establish connections and help you to learn more about yourself. I am a chronic oversharer, so I have no issues like having deeper conversations with people. But in saying that, I never regret going into a conversation, being an open book, chatting about deep topics, like leaving no stone overturned, no stone unturned, leaving no stone unturned. Is that even a saying? Like, I'm probably too much of an oversharer. Like, there's really not a question that if someone asked me I wouldn't answer, but I just feel like A, it helps other people understand you so much better, and B, it makes me understand myself way better, because the more you talk about things and verbalize them, the more your brain just clocks on over and just like understands everything a bit better. So as an oversharer myself, would highly recommend. It hasn't come back to bite me in the ass yet, but I'll keep you updated. I'm so happy with that. This is way too fun. Let's add some sprinkles. Do I regret that? Maybe. I kind of hate the sprinkles, so we're not gonna add any more of them. Number 24 says, it's actually not absolutely absurd that you could maybe possibly be attracted to the same gender, and maybe you should look into it. Obviously not the case for everyone, but what I would do to go back. Bless her little heart. Am I adding way too many candles? Maybe. And the last thing that I learned in the last 25 years is that you should always bake yourself a birthday cake. Oh my god. Oh my god.